What is going on, YouTube? I'm your host, Leon Gunn, still with
Oh,
JT,
JT Vega.
Stupay, and
that Norwegian
that,
guy.
that
That
Norwegian guy.
that Norwegian guy.
We are basically doing another This Week in Gaming 3/26/2015, March 26, 2015, and it wasn't as eventful as, let's say, last week's gaming news was with all Kojima and stuff like that, but we recently got news on Kojima once again, so let's get this thing started, shall we? Konami releases new statements on Kojima, basically talking about what's going on with Kojima. Would you guys like to talk about this?
I can start off a bit because I'm
Go right
such a
ahead.
huge Metal Gear. I'm such a huge Metal Gear nerd, and also a Kojima fanboy. So yeah, I've been following this a little bit. I mean, it was really sad news when this started to pop up, and I had to, once again, I read this from the site that we shouldn't visit, but anyways, I'm sure you all know what site I'm talking about. A certain forum that has been pissing
Mhm.
us off. But anyways, I got it there because some guy I happen to know posted it, and he's a good friend of mine, and I trust his information. But anyway, what is? I mean, this whole thing essentially has been weird. The reason is because it seemed they have been trying their best to hide the fact that they are kicking them out, and a lot of people say no, this isn't the true, but every single Kojima Productions page is gone, and Kojima Productions has this weekly podcast where they talk about everything Metal Gear or Kojima Productions related,
Mhm.
and that was canceled yesterday, and a lot of people don't seem to know why, but I think the reason is pretty clear, and they were like every statement from Konami on this issue have been pretty vague, and there has not been any explanation to what is going on. I mean, even the voice actor for Snake in the Japanese version, he was concerned about Kojima. He didn't seem to know what the fuck was going on at all. So and the thing here is that when you used to go to the Metal Gear page on Konami Productions, you would see an own Kojima Productions page, but now you go onto Konami's official page, they will redirect you to a new Metal Gear site, which is called the Metal Gear Portal, which is essentially all Konami. It doesn't even mention Kojima almost. And so yeah, they dismantled the company, and now they're hiring new people for a new Metal Gear project that they are going to make.
Which one
So
online?
no, this is a completely separate Metal Gear project.
Okay.
That it, and Kojima basically said in an interview, and he has said this before, that this will be his last Metal Gear. But I think this time it's for real, because the next Metal Gear seems to be developed internally by Konami, and they're
Itself.
hiring a new yeah, and they're hiring a new team to do it. And a lot of the guys at Kojima Productions, they are leaving. I mean, some of these guys actually changed their Twitter description to contractor, and and that got a lot of people's attention. But that is
Oh
not the
man.
only thing that is happening here. I mean, one of the things that have gotten a lot of attention as well is because there's been the vague statements, and but I think that one thing that really pissed a lot of people off is when they started removing a Hideo Kojima from the posters of Metal Gear of the Phantom Pain, the upcoming game that comes out in September. I mean, his name has been removed from every single poster, every single PR material that has existed for that game, except for previously released trailers. But so they like trying to erase him from, you know,
Mhm.
and it seems like Konami has sort of dismantled the whole Kojima production studio, and that has raised a lot of questions, not only on the future of Metal Gear, but also on the future of Silent Hills, which Hideo Kojima apparently were developing alongside Guillermo del Toro, and which I looked incredibly forward to, but everybody's been asking questions, and Konami has been really vague in answering anything. I mean, the only statements they basically have come out with is like, we appreciate fans' concerns and enthusiasm. Nothing really hard facts to what is going on. And yeah, I mean, Konami, it was a studio going downhill anyways. The only other franchise they really had going for them besides Metal Gear was Pro Evolution Soccer. That is the only thing, and the only reason people buy Pro Evolution Soccer is because people hate FIFA, because FIFA is a corrupt organization that nobody really likes. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. So.
Okay, go right ahead, JT, if you have anything.
The only thing I know, the only one that I remember, the only franchise I remember they had, but they tried to redo. Oh man, that was Zone of the Enders.
No, they never made another game. That was also a Kojima game.
Yeah, it's sad they tried to bring it back. I wish they did another one.
I would love to. I would love to see.
I think Kojima really wanted to, but the problem is he was kind of stuck in the whole. Okay, Konami had apparently wanted him to make a new Metal Gear game, and I think the main reason that he is out is because he didn't want to make Metal Gear games for the rest of his life. Because if you take a look at all the games that he has made during these last 10 years, it's been mainly Metal Gear games. I mean, it's like you have Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PSX, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, and then you had all these. Then you had Metal Gear Solid 4, and then the Peace Walker, and now
there was also the NES version.
Yeah, even the NES version, but he had developed games in between that. I mean, he had games like Snatcher, which was a classic.
Okay, I fixed my mic.
There we go. Okay.
And then you had Metal Gear. Then you had Metal Gear 2, which was on NES as well.
Not his game. Not his game.
Snake
yeah, no.
And then he had another game that actually did not get translated into English before fans did, and that was Police Knots.
And also Snatcher. Well, Snatcher did get translated.
Yeah, Kojima leaving is going to be devastating to Konami. I think if he left on his own Earth, they fired him. Either way, they're not going to recover from this. It'd be like if
I really think they fired him because
I think they need to make a new franchise. If
they do, they need to make something. I mean, yes, Metal Gear Solid could continue going, but they can't hold off on Metal Gear alone. Just like Infinity Ward and Activision can't hold off on Call of Duty for long.
Same with Final Fantasy with Square Enix, because the only thing that helped them was Brave Effect or Brave. I forgot what it's called.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Square Enix. What's wrong with Square Enix is they have a lot of good games in their series. They have Final Fantasy. They do Tomb Raider. They have one of the IPs like Sleeping Dogs, which was a good game. I'm admitting I like Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, I did too.
They also had Kingdom Hearts, and the fact that they went deaf on that game and tried to focus on all their others and making like fraud editions for Tomb Raider and Sleeping Dogs. It just was funny that it's companies like that that do dumbass things. And the Konami, the fact that they're only focusing on Metal Gear series, they're going to go downhill fast.
But take a look at what Capcom has been doing with the Resident Evil series. I mean, there's been shitty game after shitty game. And then Revelations 2 comes out.
Like franchise and ruined it with Revelations 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but Revelations. I really like Revelations 2. I think it was much better than any of the other games we've seen so far. I liked it for what it was. I mean, I enjoyed Revelations 2. I also enjoyed the first Revelations a hell of a lot better than the shitty Resident Evil 6, which was a fucking disaster.
Well, you'd have to be like special to like Resident Evil 6, basically, is what I'm getting at.
I think the fifth one was even worse, but that's my opinion.
Resident Evil. Oh yeah, I hated Resident Evil 5.
I mean, I'm an old gamer. I'm 28 years old. I mean, I remember the very first time I played Resident Evil back in '96. On the PSX. I mean, that experience was mind blowing.
Original
me,
PS1 like, to everyone that doesn't know what PSX means. It's an original PlayStation, the first one.
This is kind of a pet peeve, but I don't like when people call the PSX the PS1 the PSX, because the PSX is actually a thing that Sony made. It was basically like a version of the PS2, except it had DVR capabilities.
Oh,
the first console they made to use like the PSP and the PS3 UI.
Have you ever heard of the Nintendo PlayStation?
Oh yeah, it's basically Nintendo for their NES system, the Super NES system, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, which we all call the Super Nintendo.
Which they were going to put a CD-ROM.
Yeah, and they were working with. They had two companies they decided to work with, but they decided to go with Philips, and we all know what happened to the CDI. So.
Yeah, the CDI didn't really.
But if Sony would have, if it would have worked, I was wondering if the PlayStation attached version for the Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo Entertainment System would have worked. Could you imagine what gaming would be like today? We wouldn't have. I don't think it would have lasted.
I'm confused. They were working with Sony on a CD add-on for the SNES. Then they would make.
It was an attachment.
Then their next generation.
Yeah. Okay. A little brief history. Let's go through this. This is an interesting discussion. I know we're a little bit off topic, but this is very interesting actually. So, yeah. So let's go. I'm just going to go through this. What essentially happened was that the Nintendo wanted to expand the lifespan of the SNES, so they had Sony work on a CD-ROM attachment to combat Sega CD and all the CD hype that was going on. And anyway, I mean, CDs were the future of the medium at that point. But the thing that happened was that Nintendo decided to betray Sony by going to Philips instead. Because the reason they did this is because Sony would be able to, Nintendo would be able to sell the attachment, but they were also planning to make something called the Nintendo PlayStation, which was combined. It was not meant to be an attachment. It was a CD-ROM and the SNES combined, and that was going to be sold by Sony. So, but here's what happened: Nintendo got cold feet, and they broke the deal off, basically humiliating Sony, who had just announced it. And then the fame, yes, that is what happened. I have.
Yeah, that's what happened, Stupid.
In the contract, Sony put that they would have the rights to all CD sales.
Right. Because they developed the CD-ROM technology. Now here's the thing that happened. What happened was that Nintendo was being really dickish about the way they went ahead with this, because after CES, I think after Sony had announced the deal, then Nintendo pulls out and says, no, we're not going to work with you. We're going to work with Philips. And the whole deal goes busts. And that's when Ken Kutaragi walks into Oto and the head of Sony at the time and says, we've been screwed by Nintendo. And the head of Sony at the time, Yoshihiro, I think something, I forgot his name. Anyway, he's this big samurai corporate guy that he is. Who was dead set against making an own console before, just slams his hand down on the fucking boardroom table and says to Ken Kutaragi, "Do it." And
and history was made on that day.
That's what happened, and that's how the PlayStation finally started to get life. And it's such an interesting. I mean, it's completely fascinating that because of Nintendo's betrayal. And this whole system would have been created, and now PlayStation is outselling Nintendo when it comes to hardware. It's unbelievable.
I have to say, karma's a bitch. So Nintendo.
Yeah, and they're becoming a successful industry now. They have the PS4.
Yeah, we had the PlayStation 4. The Sony has the PlayStation 4. I mean, granted, it's not the most hardware advanced thing compared to like PC games and stuff like that, but it's still really well built. They still make it well built. The PlayStation 3 was a screw up. The PlayStation 4, incredible. I mean, yes, at the beginning, Nintendo Wii was outselling the PlayStation 3, but in the end, PlayStation 3 killed the Wii, and not only hardware sales but software sales all combined.
Yeah.
Actually, the Wii U actually had 1 million, and
the Wii,
of course, PS3 managed to catch up.
But you know what the best selling console of all time is right now? They actually did marketing research on this, and they compared all these consoles together to PlayStation 2 beat NES. I was like, hell yeah. The
PlayStation 2 was popular. I mean, PlayStation 2, I mean, all I have to say about the PlayStation 2 is one word: masterpiece. It really was. I mean, the DVDs, if they were prone to going bad if even the slightest scratch on them. I mean, they were so flawed, but it was a masterpiece. I enjoyed the PlayStation 2. I mean, it lasted from all the way up from 99 all the way up to 2006. I mean, the games, they still made games all the way up, I think, until 2011, I think. They were still making games for it.
In Japan, they're still making new...
it lasted 12 years.
Yeah. And I think, what made the PS2, I mean, I still remember the first 2 years of the PS2. The lineup was freaking amazing. You had GTA 3, which was fucking amazing at the time. And it was like all these awesome games coming out. There has never been a better time to be a gamer. I'm so happy I got to experience that. And it's never been any year like that ever since.
No, it hasn't. I missed the days of 2004. I missed the days of 2004 when like Konami was good during 2004. THQ was making some good games back in 2004. Capcom was making good games back in 2004. Every gaming company was making good games back around that time. Halo was actually a respectable series back in 2004 with Halo 2. I mean, they were all respected games back then. Star Wars Battlefront was around that time. I mean, actually I think it was 2005, but that era, 2004, 2005, 2003 to 2006, that was the golden age of gaming in my opinion because there was nothing else. I mean, the Super Nintendo, I wouldn't say it would be the golden age of gaming, and here's the reason why. The words LJN come to mind. Those of you who don't know who LJN is, if you ever watch Angry Video Game Nerds, you know who LJN are, and you know
I don't need to watch them.
Why Nintendo is not popular anymore.
All right, here's an interesting update.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Final Fantasy VII is coming in spring 2015 on PS4.
No,
nobody gives a shit.
I know, but
they pissed us all off too many times in Final Fantasy VII teasers. Ever since 2005's reveal of that tech demo, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to.
I mean, that E3 presentation was the biggest troll ever because when he started talking
everyone
about,
was hoping for a modded version of Final Fantasy.
You can see the audience. You can see the audience basically go. We have some Final Fantasy VII news to talk. You can see the faces of the audience just went, and then
version of it with
Square Enix,
fully HD graphics and fully new body designs.
Stupay, that new Final Fantasy game. What's your opinion on it? You've been playing it for a while now. What's your opinion on the demo of it? Okay, he's not gonna. He'll come on in a second. So
he's shy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The Type 0 game or the demo that comes with the Type 0 game, which I refuse to buy on principle. I am done with Square. Fuck those guys.
I might try the new Final Fantasy game on the PS4 when it comes out. I might try it, but I'm just a little concerned. I'm concerned about the game.
I want news on Kingdom Hearts 3 or get the fuck out. That's my opinion.
What I'm hearing,
they already showed they're probably going to show the preview of it on E3.
And they're probably
already shown a preview.
They're going to probably come up with more gameplay footage and stuff like that. They're probably going to come up with all the like Disney characters will be inside it. If the voice actor of Goofy said the game his voice acting is done in it, that means they're almost done with the game itself, unless they wanted to do all the voice acting first, which I would see as being stupid.
Yeah.
They're close to getting it done then because Goofy is the most voiced character in Kingdom Hearts. He is. He talks more than everyone else. So if Goofy has all his voice acting done, that means the game is almost done. And I think they told him to do that. I think Square Enix allowed him to say that because one reason is just to say, okay, Kingdom Hearts is close to being done, so we don't want to officially announce it, so go right ahead and post on your Twitter saying that you have your voice acting all done. I think they did it like that, just to say, okay, Kingdom Hearts is getting close to being done, and just to tease the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 might be revealed at E3, the actual release date, hopefully. Or even a released region, a release timeline of what time it might be released. I'm hoping. Here's for hoping.
Yeah, I mean, this year's E3, I'm hoping to see a lot of, because last year's E3 was pretty lackluster, especially the EA press conference. Oh my God, they were like showing test footage, uncompleted work. I think but there's also an interesting announcement happening very soon for Battlefront fans. And that is the Star Wars convention in April, which they will show the gameplay footage from Star Wars Battlefront.
I wish I could be there.
I am crossing my fingers. I am praying that DICE do not screw this up.
I mean, come on now. After DICE did a good job with Battlefield 4 at the beginning, it was shitty. But I agree with Angry Joe. Now it's like an 8 out of 10, and basically is how Angry Joe is.
Yeah.
After all the fixes and stuff, it's an 8 out of 10. And I would love
after a year
story mode.
After a year.
I would love to see them do kind of like the story modes they did with the other Battlefield games, like Battlefield 3 and 4. I would love to see a story mode. If it's good, I would love to see a story mode of Star Wars. Just do like the story mode instead, just like, oh, you're going to do these battles and stuff. Or you could just have like free battle mode and stuff like that, like they did in the last games. I don't think they'll do that.
All I want is the Battle of Hoth.
Yes.
In the Frostbite engine. Let me play that battle, please. I want to fly around the walker.
I just hope the Frostbite engine still is pretty good, because a lot of people are complaining about Battlefield Hardline right now.
The reason why is all they did was it was cheaply made. Battlefield Hardline was cheaply made. I enjoyed it. I liked Battlefield Hardline at some point, but I when I did the betas of it, I liked the betas, but when it comes down to it, Battlefield Hardline, Star Wars Battlefront, it's actually being made by DICE, not by whatever the hell made Battlefield Hardline. Whoever the hell made Battlefield Hardline.
Visceral.
They're not screwing up like Visceral is. They're not going to screw up like Visceral, I don't think, because this is DICE and what's actually made the Frostbite engine. So I expect something better from DICE. I mean, and right now,
and they're saying that this is going to be in first person.
It's make or break for DICE. I mean, yeah, the previous Battlefront games were first person as well. You could flip to first person if you wanted to. It wasn't just.
But I have to say that I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition. That is also in the Frostbite engine. That game looked freaking good, and I liked it. I thought it looked really nice. I mean, except for the glossy lip textures that look kind of weird, but except for that it looked really good.
Yeah, I kind of like the old version.
Okay. Okay, tell me about Final Fantasy. What's your opinion on Stupe? The new one that's coming out. You got the beta. You had to play it.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Really excited for it.
Control-wise?
There are like still a few little things that can be kinked out with the controls during combat. For example, like the warp attack, which is where you like throw your sword and you like travel distances. You basically you hit that by hitting the X button, and it's a little bit too easy to set off, I guess. Because like you can also like you also have to hit the X button to use your abilities. So.
Okay.
Is it the same combat system as in FF13? Because if it has that, I'm out.
No. It's kind of like, okay, so like I've heard Kingdom Hearts beat that a lot. It's kind of like that. Like on the base level, it's like Kingdom Hearts, but it's a lot different.
Except you're not holding weapons as much.
Yes. And basically you. So like in the combat system, you pick which weapons you use in which circumstances. So like you can set you set which weapon you use when you first strike an enemy, when you're just doing your normal melee attack after you dodge them or counter.
Okay.
Aerial attacks, and there's another one. Oh,
it's more like combos and street fighting.
For like death blow.
It's basically a beat 'em up brawler RPG.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like it plays a lot like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it plays similar to Kingdom Hearts. Okay.
It's probably the same engine, or no, Kingdom Hearts is using the Unreal Engine, so I think they're using Unreal. Or I'm not sure which one they're using.
Yeah, right now I know that Square's using the Unreal.
I mean, if they're using Unreal 4, I would have to say good job, because I like the Unreal 4 engine of what it's looking like so far. Unreal Tournament beta is good.
They've been using the Unreal 3 since the beginning when they were developing.
No,
oh, man.
Final Fantasy 15 is using a custom engine, the Luminous.
Oh, okay.
The Luminous. Oh, yeah, you're right.
And like, it certainly has a way to go like polishing. Like, it isn't running at 1080p. It kind of sticks around 30 frames, but it dips quite a bit. But like, it's super fun to play. But like, so like, for example, like if I'm getting to like a really huge fight with a ton of enemies, like this, like the frames will drop down to like the 25 range.
Oh, okay.
But besides that, I mean, like it runs really nice. It plays really nice.
We're having fun with it.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, man. I'll
also.
So how is the game? So how is the game you bought with it, with the demo actually?
Type Zero.
Type Zero.
Type Zero is really good.
Yeah.
Translation shit though.
Yep, they'll leave it to some Japanese games. Leave it to Square Enix with their non-main games.
Yeah, non-offensive.
This was originally meant to be a PSP game, right?
Yeah, it was.
Like it really looks like it.
What system is it on? Type Zero.
Next gen exclusive.
PS4.
Yeah,
Xbox One.
PS4.
What? Oh,
and it was on. It was supposed to come on PS Vita. People were asking about it too.
No, it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that Sony screwed up with the Vita. That's the thing we can talk about. Sony screwed up with the Vita.
Oh well, duh. But like, it was never going to come to the Vita. The director, Hajime Tabata, had no experience with previous gen consoles. All of his previous games pretty much have been on PSP. So. But they went ahead and brought it over first because they wanted people to get the next gen consoles for Final Fantasy 15, and they really wanted to bring the game abroad because people really wanted it abroad forever. And like they did all the translation work back in 2012, and they were gearing for a PSP release, but the PSP was on its last legs. The Vita was almost out, so they canceled it. There was never any plans for a Vita release, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. There were like talks about it, but it never really went anywhere, and they just shelved the translation and reused it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get tired of stuff like that. I get tired of stupid shit like that going on. It always pisses me off.
Speaking of other things.
What? Oh, yes, you could talk about that for a second. You got Majora's Mask for the 3DS.
Yes, I got the legendary Majora's Mask new 3DS. You might have heard about it.
Oh, the review.
I have the other.
No, like the Majora's Mask new 3DS. They like fucking went crazy on eBay, and like scalpers were selling it for like $600.
Yeah, I heard about it.
You paid $600 for that?
No, I paid 200.
But at the store.
Okay.
So how is Majora's Mask?
Oh shit! It doesn't come with Majora's Mask. I haven't played. I tried it out. It's from what I see, it's good. Basically, the new 3DS feature, I guess, is with the C stick, you can control the camera, which is nice. But you know, it's nothing big. That's the thing about the new 3DS. It's really nothing big. The reason I got it was because, first off, it's fucking rare as shit. I had the money. My old 3DS is kind of starting to act up on me. I had like an original model 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was starting to show its age. Like it was acting up a little bit. I was having trouble charging it. The cartridge slot was acting up, kinda. So I went ahead.
So that's why they decided to release a new one.
By the way, there was this guy I just wanted to make a quick comment. There was a guy who made this awesome mod to the 3DS. He basically replaced all of the internal things to a PS Vita and made the OLED screen compatible as a 3DS screen. And yeah, give me an OLED screen, the Nintendo, and I will buy one.
Yeah.
Seriously though, it's really nice.
Okay. All right. We've gotten enough about the 3DS. Unless you have.
It's actually pretty interesting because they also brought up the fact that you could play Wii games.
I'm sorry. I'm getting something in my Steam chat. We can talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
What?
Somebody's telling me Crysis 2 and 3 are coming to Android.
Oh really? Crysis
what?
2 and 3?
How could 3?
I can imagine 1 being on there, but then again, it requires a high-powered computer just to play that game.
Yeah, I mean, my computer.
Let me see.
Yeah, my computer could handle it, but that's just because I have a 970. How could you put like a my like the graphics cards that could handle Crysis 3 are bigger than the freaking phones that'll take them.
Yeah, but here's what they're gonna do though. They're gonna readjust the textures to so low as you can get them. It basically looked like BioShock on the iOS.
Oh.
It looked like shit.
So basically nothing then. So nothing you want to play.
It's not something that you want to play.
So, back at GDC, NVIDIA announced a Shield console, and apparently that console is going to be able to run Crysis 2 and 3 natively.
Yeah, let's just see how that works in actual. Let's just wait it.
Video of it.
I don't like. I love the graphics of Crysis 3, but I'm not that big of a fan of Crysis 3 in general. I like Crysis 3, but I like the graphics in it, but I'm not that big of a fan of the game. I've never have been.
No, I mean it's like here's my opinion on Crysis. It looks nice and. That's all.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's like they put all the money into the graphics and
but come on, Crysis has always been a showcase for the Cry engine. That is the whole reason Crysis exists.
Yeah, but apparently it's like a tech demo of their.
Speaking of Cry engine, there's been a new information on a game I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for a long time for.
Want to know my favorite game to use the Crysis engine?
Enough. What?
Sonic Boom.
Alright. Trying to find it where it's at here.
Sonic CD is rules.
Sonic CD does rule.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I thought I put it on here somewhere. IGN. No. It was about. Damn it. Give me a second here. I have to look for it now. One of the things that just recently came out was information on the one thing I forgot what it was about. Damn it! Okay, let's get to something else. Then we could get back to that. I had an idea of what I was going to talk about, but now I lost my train of thought on it. It's
that bad.
Yeah, that bad. I thought I put it on here about. What's it called? That new game. Shit. Okay, let's
talk about the Revolution.
Yeah, the Homefront: The Revolution. There was new information on it, but I completely forgot about it, and I thought I put it in the chat thing up here.
It was delayed.
It was delayed.
Till 2016.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Because
this game was.
It's been through like 3 developers.
Go ahead, JT. Or an Origin guy.
The whole thing about Homefront Revolution is Crytek was originally developing it, and then all hell went loose when when the whole Crytek scandal started to show up. They haven't paid their workers, blah blah blah. They started selling off different people, the studios, and so on. And they never have really been through several studios. Most of the people who work on Homefront Revolution have been the same guys, but they have reformed into a new studio. And the idea here now is that they needed more time, and I think it's a good thing that they are postponing it. Because they will give them more time to work on it. My concern is that I hope they set out to do what they originally intended to do with the game, which seemed to be an open world kind of militia game where you play as where you essentially are able to liberate different parts and to actually fight as an insurgent in the U.S. That sounds freaking awesome. You like Wolverines, except you're doing it in
kind of like a Homefront version of Far Cry, basically.
But without any towers to climb. Please, what's up with Ubisoft and towers to climb, anyways?
What's up with open world games and towers?
What?
What's up with open world games and towers in general?
Yeah, you have to climb shit. That's all I care about. It was like at the end of Far Cry 4, I was like, I'm sick and tired of climbing shit. At the end of Assassin's Creed Unity, I'm sick and tired of climbing shit.
Well, that's the point of Assassin's Creed. It's a parkour. That's what usually sells for the game. It's just, I mean, it's mostly the storyline, but I actually enjoyed Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but I played those games back to back, so I was kind of tired of it.
Yeah. Just here's for hoping the new Assassin's Creed game is good. But Homefront 4: The Revolution, I'm kind of glad that it's being, or Homefront 2: The Revolution, I'm kind of glad it's being delayed, because here's the thing, it's going to be taking place in the East Coast this time. We all know how the first one ended, right? You guys all know it?
Yeah.
Well, it's been around for a while, so I can do spoiler alert right here. You're basically on the Golden Gate Bridge about to retake San Francisco. You guys get the Humvee crashes. Tanks are coming in. Connor lights a flare and tells the bombers to shoot on the flare, and they take out all the tanks, kill out Connor in the process. That's how Homefront 2 ends. You capture San Francisco, basically, and liberate the West Coast, figuratively, and then they move to the East Coast in Homefront 2. That's what Homefront is basically about, is you're fighting them in the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, this could be really interesting. I love the idea of having, the idea of an open world insurgent game. Really makes me interested, because when I look at Metal Gear footage, when you have this where the footage has been from Afghanistan, and you have an open world that changes dynamically around you. I mean, I just love those kinds of ideas, and if they can implement some of those into Homefront Revolution, that would be amazing. That you have a dynamic AI that reacts to what you do. I mean, like, you try to storm a base and then you failed, and then when you come back, security is even tighter, stuff like that. Yeah, that actually is what happened. What Kojima did in Metal Gear.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing on like modded Fallout New Vegas. They've been doing that really well. They've been making better AI for it. They've been making dynamic weather and stuff. I mean, if you ever want to play and see what Homefront: The Revolution will be like with the whole system of just open world, just play like Fallout New Vegas and get a lot of the mods on, like New Vegas enhanced content, stuff like that, Tele2 Wastelands, get all of that downloaded on and play it that way, and you'll see that you'll get a feel of what these open world games will be like. So that's all I have to say.
I just have one thing that I wanted to bring up. We can do it after we're done with the Homefront discussion.
Go right ahead. I think we're about done. There's not much more to say except that it's delayed till 2016.
Yeah. One thing that a friend of mine was actually bringing up, after Borderlands and all the crazy stuff that Gearbox has done, what is next for them? What the hell are they making? Are they even working on something right now? Because a lot of people are like saying like, "Oh, Brothers in Arms." I mean, I'm dying for the 4th game. I want not the bullshit Brothers in Arms they showed a couple of years ago, but I want the continuation to Hell's Highway where you follow them into Bastogne. I want Matt Baker and those guys back.
Oh yeah.
Anybody?
I loved Hell's
Highways.
I love that game. It was pretty.
I like them all because it's Band of Brothers in game form.
Yeah.
And if they're going to be historically correct, they're going to follow them into the Ardennes forest in Bastogne. Which will be, I mean, it's even...
That disappointed me that they couldn't do the Battle of the Ardennes. That was, for history, the Battle of the Ardennes, for those of you who don't know what it is, Germany tried to launch this offensive during this final offensive, and they went on a cloudy day so the American bombers couldn't attack. They sent tanks after tanks up around Bastogne area, up around the north. I forgot where that area was at, but they sent tanks after tanks up there just to take the Americans out and capture a port and be able to survive a little bit longer. Antwerp, yes. They're trying to capture Antwerp, and they send their tank units and stuff, but there were serious problems. Like, for one, they didn't have enough gasoline to pull this invasion off.
No, that was...
They ran out of fuel, basically, is what they did.
Yeah, I actually studied this, and the whole simple plan for the Germans was get to Antwerp because all the fuel and supplies were there. They were basically putting all their bets on one card, and let's roll, and let's get to Antwerp, get the fuel and gas. But the problem is the 101st Airborne, which Brothers in Arms deals with, they actually held them off.
Yeah,
they were just guys.
If you didn't know anything about the 101st Airborne, they're airborne units that come out of planes, jump out, and go down in parachutes. They're trained to be surrounded. They're like the modern-day Navy SEALs and Green Berets. They were trained to be surrounded, and they learned from trial under fire how to handle everything from Normandy, from D-Day, and stuff like that. So they were always.
I think. All I have to say, if you're not going to play Brothers in Arms, at least go and buy Band of Brothers. Watch that show. You owe it to yourself.
Yeah, you'll get, if you want to see if they do a new Brothers in Arms, Brothers in Arms game, and if they redo that thing. You have to learn about the Battle of Bastogne. Trust me, you have to learn about it.
Because it's like I mean, if they're going to do a game about the Ardennes Forest, of course they're going to do the Battle of Bastogne. That is a given. But the whole idea is that I think Gearbox really needs to get their shit together because Borderlands. Oh my God, I'm so sick and tired of Borderlands. I am.
Boner fart.
I hate that game. I seriously hate it now.
Why? Because of okay, I get why you hate it. I've never liked Borderlands, so enough. I never had a problem with Borderlands, so but if like Band of or Brothers in Arms comes out, it's been a while since a good World War II game, or even a World War II game in general, has come out. So
there's been rumors that Treyarch may bring the Call of Duty franchise back to World War II because so many people have requested it.
Yeah, because I mean, who wants to see another modern or future warfare game again?
Not me. I'm bored of it.
But it's like wallets. I mean, the gamers, of course. It's like they want 2 more guns.
Okay, quick thing. Samsung, they're coming up with a gear for the Gear VR thing. Samsung Gear Innovator makes a VR thing. It only works for the Note 4, and it costs $200, like a VR for the Note 4.
And if you look at pictures of it, though, you will see the
Oculus Rift
on it.
It's just the Oculus Rift for the Note 4. That's all it is. I mean, who wants to have a head-mounted thing for the Gear 4. I mean, come on now. When you have your cell phone, I mean...
the S6?
No,
I'm not sure if they'll put it toward the S6.
No, only the Note.
It's going to be compatible with the S6 and the S6 Edge, but right now it's only for the Note 4. And but I just have to say this: who would even buy that? I mean, just like the Apple Watch. I mean, yes, I could see you buying the Note, the Galaxy Gear, but who wants to buy the VR, like the Gear Watch? Who wants to buy a VR headset?
You might as well pay another $100 and buy the Oculus Rift development kit.
Yeah, I would. I'm waiting. I'm very skeptical on, but this has everything to do with like virtual reality and stuff like that. We're getting closer and closer to it being a reality, but who wants to play? Who wants to sit around like Ray Charles in an old Pepsi commercial instead of actually looking at a beautiful 4K TV that you could probably get for the same price as a Morpheus or a Galaxy. Yeah.
I spoke to a friend of mine who tried out the Oculus Rift development kit on Alien Isolation, and while wearing headsets.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you put a controller in your hand and you play that game, if you, let's say you play it on the PC, right, and you plug an Xbox controller into your PC, put on the Oculus Rift, and you have a headset on, heart attacks will begin. He said it was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
and he loved.
I mean, I would love it. I like it and stuff. I would love to try the headset. I might get an Oculus Rift, but my problem with the Oculus Rift is that it won't be appealing to everybody. Not everybody would want to get it. I mean, yeah, it sounds cool for a moment, but it's kind of like it's like a little. It's just like, why would you want to go the extra effort of having to have that annoying thing on your head that might hurt your eyes? Because let's just face it, the screen will be so freaking close to your eyes, and.
But I'm interested in seeing. I'm really curious to see what. I'm really curious to see what Sony is going to do with Project Morpheus as well. How they're going to respond to it. I'm interested in seeing how that will work, and I am hoping we will hear more about that in about 2 months.
Do you think we can name it E3?
What?
Like a name for it.
I'm not sure yet. As long as it's something stupid.
But Leon, I was meaning to bring this up with you and Andrea Doll. How awesome would it be if we guys did a live stream at E3 where we just sit around and talk about what happens at E3?
Right ahead, we could do it. I'd love to do that. I could do that. Yeah, I will have no problem doing that.
Somebody
during the presentation.
Somebody needs to screen share the conference, and then we just riff on what happens.
I don't want to screen share the conference. We could watch them in separate videos on our things. I don't want to risk getting a DMCA on my channel, so neither does Android. Also, I don't want to risk DMCA because they've DMCA'd so many times with E3 in the past. So I'm not going to risk it. So let's just do it like this. We could have this. We have the thing up, and I could use that little YouTube app that we have because that YouTube app doesn't screen share it, right?
No, that would be freaking awesome if we did it.
That YouTube app is just for us to see, I think, right?
That is impressive, though.
Yeah, we could watch it though, and but the one thing about VR is, what's your opinion on it, JT? You haven't voiced anything yet.
VR? I haven't really used VR since back in the '90s.
Yeah.
I used to remember playing that in the arcade.
Yeah, I used to like the arcade VR headsets and stuff, but right now I am very concerned on VR. It doesn't seem to me like it's going to go anywhere.
Well, you got to understand, like one person explained to us about it. It's just a luxury thing.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a luxury item, just like when PlayStation made their 3D TV. All 3D TVs were luxury items, not anything else. It was just like, cool, you have a 3D TV for the PlayStation? Screw that. I don't care. We're just going to be saying, and they made it sound like 3D TV was the future and stuff like that. they're not doing anything with 3D anymore. It's not that popular anymore like it used to be because
I love back. I just love back when Avatar was releasing. Oh, this is the new big thing, and then nobody else.
This is the new big thing. Mediocre movies with pretty colors.
I mean,
Dances with Smurfs.
I like the Avengers with 3D, but that was just about it for me.
Yeah, I mean, most of the movies are not really
to watch 3D in theaters. That's the only thing I do is watch 3D films in theaters. That's it.
Yeah, I will watch like Captain America, Thor. I love the Marvel movies. I'm putting that out there right now. I watched all those movies in 3D and I enjoy them, but I don't like. I do not like 3D movies on my thing. I liked at first like Assassin's Creed 3. I'm gonna tell it to you guys like now. My PlayStation TV I got, it's still working today. There might be a few cutouts every now and then of the screen going black for like 10 seconds or something like that, but that just happens every now and then. It's just the TV itself that's flawed. But the problem with the good thing about it, like Assassin's Creed 3, when you're playing it and you put on the stereoscopic 3D, it's like an active 3D, and it just does this. It makes it look so freaking realistic. You think it looks good, the PlayStation 3 version, you just slip it on and stuff, and it just looks like, damn, it's amazing. Stereoscopic 3D makes everything look better, but I mean, it hurts your eyes after a while, and it's kind of a luxury. So that's what my fear of where VR is going to go. Nobody's going to go to the movie theaters and get a VR headset on. No one's going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, but keep in mind, most movies that are supposed to be in 3D are not really 3D. They just added a filter on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Blake.
Oh, no.
We're in the discussions of 3D, or we're in the discussions of virtual reality. What's your opinion on VR, Blake?
Until I can physically have sex with my waifu, life isn't very worth it at the moment.
Yeah.
Which waifu are you talking about?
You'll never understand or love. I will never tell you.
The rest of yours is trash.
Until I can have a headset on and speak to Milo in such a sweet, sensual voice, you will never understand us.
Dinner with waifu.
Oh, man.
No waifu, no laifu.
Oh, man.
Oh man, did you see that shit from Japan? These guys who don't have girlfriends and they prefer to speak to their waifus on their animated DS.
Oh.
I was like, you poor bastards.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I felt so bad
Plus,
for
that's
them.
the
I was
game
like,
I believe that you're talking about.
yeah, these guys were basically talking to their virtual girlfriends on the 3DS, and they were more than happy about it. They didn't need women in their lives. They had their wives, and they
you don't need boobs. You don't need sex. You don't need any of that. All you need is just your waifu.
And no wonder Japan has a low birth rate if every guy acts like this.
No wonder why like 40% of their population are elderly people, or is it getting to? I'm not sure where it's at right now, but there is a huge portion of Japanese people who are elderly, so which means old.
Yeah,
so,
we know what old is.
No, I'm just saying some people don't. There's some people that actually don't, so.
I mean, I was like, what the fuck when they actually showed this thing? I was like, okay, well, good for you, Japan.
Yeah, that's kind of stereotyping gamers, so that's like helping exist our stereotypes that we're just a bunch of reclusive white men who have no social lives, no girlfriends, no nothing like that. When I just get kind of shocked when I see stuff like that.
You know, I think they should just bring Love Plus to the U.S. and get it over with.
You know, the crazy, but I think this. I mean, I personally think this is more of a Japanese phenomenon than anything else because the whole otaku culture is really special.
Yeah, games like Second Life and stuff like that, World of Warcraft. They're adding to the stereotype of what what people think of gamers, and it pisses me off. I'm getting to the point where it's like, we're not like that in real life. Most of us don't spend our time playing just video games, and that's it. We do other things in life.
You know who created the Love Plus?
Who?
Konami.
What? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So Konami did another dumbass thing. Besides the fact that they're getting rid of Kojima, besides the fact that they're losing Kojima, they have a thing called Love Plus. Ugh.
And there's a new there's a new Love Plus on the way. It's apparently been released for the 3DS. It's been released March 27th, 2014, only in Japan.
Yeah,
What?
the term's only in Japan. Yes. That's a big thing. Yeah. All right. GTA 5 downgrade graphics.
Wait, what? They're downgrading the graphics?
Yes. A new patch came out and the graphics were downgraded on GTA 5.
Wait, for what?
What essentially happened was a guy I know picked this up and we started comparing a little bit.
I just looked at it. Yeah, it is bad.
Wait, for what console?
All of them.
Even PC?
Next gen platform. Next gen. I think PC is safe, but PS4 and Xbox One PS4 and Xbox Ones are affected as far as people are.
Alright, well, I don't really give a shit then.
No, but the problem is the fact that I don't know the reason why they downgraded them. I mean, if
that happened after the patch, GTA, and that was all the GTA Online characters look completely different from when you created them. I mean, my character looked like a black transsexual.
Oh man!
And he was a white blonde woman. Yes, I like. So
yeah,
it was like you could see he had the tits. He had the tits right, and it was like the face of my character was essentially a bearded black guy. I was like, okay, you look kind of freaky.
Yeah, it's stuff like that that's making me lose faith in the next-gen consoles, that they purposely downgrade the graphics. I get pissed off when stuff like that happens. I'm not sure why they do it. We need to voice our opinions on that big time. I'm not sure what. Some people think that it could be because of the PC coming out, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, this could be, but you know, some modders I spoke to said that modding in GTA 4 was a bitch, and I hope that GTA 5 will be easier for modders to take a crack at than GTA 4 was.
Based upon recent suspicious activity, we have identified that your account may be potentially be at risk. For your protection, we have temporarily suspended login access to this account. What the fuck, Square Enix?
What happened?
I'm trying to play Final Fantasy XIV, and it comes along. Just fuck, come on.
Okay, so anything else you guys want to say?
It was hard for me to get into GTA 5 in the first place, mainly because Xbox and all that. It was just looked so ugly, but the gameplay was okay.
Yeah, if they continue this up, I bet this was just like a little oversight or some screw up that happened. I'm hoping that's just the case and they'll fix it later on. But if they don't, I'm not going to play GTA 5 anymore on the Xbox or the PS4, and I'm just going to get it for the PC when it comes out. I've had enough with it. I've had enough of the PS4 console games. So yeah, I'm okay. So anything else you guys have to say about this?
Nope.
Okay.
The only thing I'm going to say is I'll still play on my console. I'll still play on my PC. But either way, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's just doesn't matter what you play. It's just how you play it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to do like a little quick review here of a game I just got. I've been wanting to do reviews and stuff for a long time and stuff. But as you guys are seeing, this looks like Fallout 3, right?
Yeah.
It's not, though. It's not. It's on the New Vegas game.
And
this is on New Vegas. This is Fallout New Vegas, by the way.
Yeah, Tale of Two Wastelands.
Yes, they've improved it. They've done just recently, last February, they did a patch for it. They finally fixed it. They improved the install login and stuff of it. So as you guys are seeing right there, I put improved textures on it and stuff. New Vegas physics are way better than Fallout 3's physics. So
everything about New Vegas is better than Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was just a massive fucking disappointment.
Yeah, it was, but Fallout New Vegas, but this one right here for this game right here, it actually works really well. There used to be crashes on it. There still are some sort of crashes and stuff. We could always get mods for like anti-crash, but I think that's just Bethesda's crappy coding in general. There's always mods to fix the crashes and stuff. So here we go. As you guys are seeing, this is Fallout 3's. Fallout 3, or no, Fallout New Vegas with the Fallout 3 look on it and stuff. But what they do with Tale of Two Wastelands, for everybody that wants to know this, they take. You have to have the complete installations of both games, like all the DLC from both games on the PC legally. No pirating, everybody. Don't be a jackass here. I'm being truthful here, so don't be a dickhead and pirate. And for people that say, oh, this is a free internet, no, it's not. You have to actually pay for this. People actually worked hard in coding this game. So let's get on to it. It takes like the folders from like Fallout 3. There's like a main exe file from Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 if you ever go into the folders and stuff like that, which you use to start the game. It tells you when you start it up, it first says, where's the Fallout 3 exe file? So you go to like the program files, Steam, common apps and stuff like that, and you go to Fallout 3's folder, click on the exe file and it'll read it. Then you go to New Vegas and click on that and it'll read it. And then there's the area where you want to put the download at. So I made a folder for Fallout. Give me a second here. I'll pause this for a second. I'll just pull it up just to show you guys quickly. Crap. Tale of Two Wastelands right here. What it does basically is get up there. Tale of Two Wastelands installers. Yes, I wanted it on. Damn it. Getting pissed off. What it does really is like Fallout 3 right there. Do not automatically. It'll say it right there. Desktop PC right there. You go under computer, my PC thing, local disk drive C, program files, Fallout, or program files, Steam right here. I have both on Steam. Steam apps, common, Fallout 3, which is right there, and the exe file for right there. You click on that and they'll do that. Same thing with New Vegas, and then you put it right there and they'll say install, and it'll get all the files from Fallout 3 and transfer them into New Vegas files. It'll read first if you have both the games. That's how it does. That's how it basically works. So there we go. That's basically the Tale of Two Wastelands. Shit. Here we go. All right, let's get this thing. Okay. But yeah, you're seeing it. It's just Fallout New Vegas right there. You're seeing the colors and stuff. The Fallout New Vegas yellow, and here's one thing that makes a big difference. You get the BB gun. You know that scene where you get the BB gun.
Yeah.
I don't know why I clicked on the locker, but here we go. Damn it! What the hell was I doing?
Yeah, what were you doing?
I don't know. I was just fooling around here. Oh, I was reading the Barbarian comic book and getting the melee weapon. You talk to your dad. You talk to Liam Neeson's character, and see, you look down the rear sights. You didn't have that in Fallout 3. You didn't have the rears. You didn't have the iron sights in Fallout 3, and there you go. That's basically what the improvements are. It has like the physics and stuff are far improved. The physics of the game are far improved. Just everything in general is just 100% improved. Physics, graphics, everything. Shooting mechanics. You have
and this is a mod.
Yeah, this is a mod. This is a mod, and it's on the Tele2Wastelands.com. I heavily suggest it. It's still in its alpha stage, so expect there to be some problems. And unless you get like little fixes for it, I wouldn't try to put like New Vegas Enhanced or Project Nevada on there because there'd be
one bug. One bug is that Liam Neeson's character will hunt you down and kill you.
Yeah. I faced that one time. That was they fixed that a while ago. They fixed that. They did fix that. So
how awesome would it be not to add that line from Taken into that game? It's like, I don't know who you are, but I will find you.
Okay, any New Vegas monitors listening in, do that for the Tele2 Wastelands. Do put that voice line right in there. I don't know who you are, but I will hunt you down and I will kill you. Do that in there. Have James say that when the Enclave takes over and he presses the button that basically kills him, then kills every one of the Enclave members. Just have to say that. Just like change the line from saying "run" now to "I don't know who you are, but I'm going to hunt you down. And I'm going to kill you."
From Taken.
You have to,
yes.
You have to use the other line when he finally finds him. I told you I would find you. Boom.
Yeah, but that mod itself, it's really beautifully done. When you want to go to the Capital Wasteland, they do this thing where you go to a train station, and they'll say like 9 years later, which is the timeline between New Vegas and Fallout 3. So I'll say 9 years later when you leave the Capital Wasteland, and then you start in the Mojave, and you start that storyline. They want to make.
They merge the characters.
Yes, they merge the characters.
Hey, I'm gonna pop out.
Go right ahead. We'll see you later, Stupe.
Hello, Lion, you magnificently beautiful black bastard.
Okay.
What's up?
It's racist time here at podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't care. You can do that.
Okay. We were doing this is This Week in Gaming, where we talk about gaming news and stuff like that. Lion, I think you already know that, but one of the things we were talking about was Konami basically figuratively firing Kojima. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, basically Metal Gear Solid is done.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on that.
Wait, why did they fire him? I thought they just let him go.
Well, okay, to be fair, this has not really been... I mean, there's the statements from Konami have been incredibly vague. There is no... I mean, we all know that he's going to finish the Phantom Pain. I mean, Konami already made that statement. He is going to finish Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, a game that I've been waiting for years, and it better be good, or else Konami is the one I will be directing my anger towards. But the other news was also that they have hired that they are changing the name for Kojima started a studio in Los Angeles called Kojima Productions LA. It's now been changed to Konami Los Angeles. Yeah. So basically everything that has to do with Kojima has been removed from the equation.
Yeah, Kojima is fired, and Kojima Studios or Kojima Productions, I think is disbanded.
Yeah.
One theory is that Konami is seeing how Kojima is basically at the forefront as opposed to Konami being at the forefront as far as the name goes, and they want to minimize Kojima and maximize Konami. It's really a bad move if that's their motive.
Yeah, I mean, good luck with that, really, because...
It's a rather plausible theory. I can see that, and that's why I'm talking about it, because it does have some weight to it. Because yes, who looks at Konami? Like everybody's looking at Kojima,
no one.
right? Even with the playable trailer with and it had the teaser at the end showing Silent Hills. No one said, "Oh, Konami is doing Silent Hills." They said Kojima is doing Silent Hills.
And Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. But my point is that Kojima Studios or Kojima Productions is doing the game, not Konami.
But there is some weight to your theory about wanting to emphasize on Konami, and one of the things that actually supports your theory is the fact that they are hiring to create a team to create a new Metal Gear game that comes after the Phantom Pain, which is being created now. And
I just hope they do a good job.
That's not going to work. Like I say, that is going to end up being DMC all over again. They're going to try to reboot the whole Metal Gear Solid series and make Snake some edgy teenage, emo person.
I hope not. I hope not.
We already have it.
Let me put it like this: we don't discuss Devil May Cry.
No, DMC. That game does not deserve the full title of Devil May Cry.
Yeah, we don't ever talk about the reboot. We talk about the original one where he actually had white long hair. We don't
actually.
Talk about
you should be
Dante.
talking about the reboot because remember they're doing the definitive edition. And
I heard that sucks too.
Yeah, well, they did the definitive edition because there was some lines that SJWs were offended by, so we're gonna take that out. So.
Oh no! Wait a minute! It wasn't that though. To be fair, they just shortened a line in a scene.
No, they took out they shortened a lot of that.
The world is your bitch, and so do I, and so am I. You just have to grab it by the hair, bend it over, and they just shortened that to the world is your bitch.
They took all of that out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was obnoxious, and it just kind of made it better. I mean, the world is your bitch. I mean,
yeah, that's
not,
actually,
and so am I. Now you just have to pull my hair and bend me over, and
that was a stupid line. But the fact that just now the world is your bitch actually sounds better.
But the other thing about it though is that not only is the definitive edition coming out, but there's a special edition of the Devil May Cry 4.
Oh man, I can't wait for that shit, man.
And it's okay.
Yeah, but
the moment that I found out that they're doing a special edition of DMC 4, I'm saying, now we're gonna have another outcry from journalists because their favorite game failed again. Now this time everybody's able to show that no, we like the original Dante. We like how the original character is.
You get to play as Trish, Lady, and
that too.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
But I'm thinking about DMC. I mean, it's like
DMC,
I'm talking about the.
We're not going to be ever referent. We're not going to be saying that it's Devil May Cry. It doesn't deserve the title.
No, but DMC. I mean, I didn't take the game seriously at all. I mean, Christ, the game starts out with a guy covering his dick with a pizza. I mean, it was like, what the fuck?
Oh.
And then the only cool thing in that game is the Bill O'Reilly boss battle.
Oh my, yeah, that was kind of cool actually.
Oh, that was fun.
The disco, the club stage was kind of fun too because it was like a platformer.
Yeah, but there is some funny stages and some incredibly funny bosses in that game. But the problem is, I couldn't give two shits about Dante because I've seen the original Devil May Cry games, and what's up with Dante? He's the emo character.
Remember how there's like that scene where like the wig flies on his hair and it's white hair?
Yes, that
anyone like that, like he just throws it off.
That's the thing.
That pisses me off.
That whole
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Yeah, they made a
all I'm saying is why are we treating the original Devil May Cry games as masterpieces? They're not.
Because it is.
No.
Compared to nowadays games,
nowadays
games, those older ones are still way better because they were built better. Like how I said earlier in the stream.
The story or the gameplay?
Okay, come on. What other hack and slash game is gonna judge how you're playing the game, right? Like that's what made Devil May Cry so great. That was one of the main features of the game that made it a really good hack and slash game because you can't just get in there and just smash on the same buttons, doing the same moves over and over and over again. Okay, because while on a technical level, yes, the game is judging how well you play, but a better way to think about it is Dante is judging how well you are playing as him.
Yeah.
That's why it's so much harder in Devil May Cry 3. That's why it made sense that Devil May Cry 3 was a prequel. Because in Devil May Cry 3, he was younger, he was way more flamboyant, everything had to be stylistic at all times. Whereas in Devil May Cry 1 and 2, he's older, he's not as over the top as he is in Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I never took. I mean, I never. I played all of them, but I never took Dante as a serious character.
Dante is not supposed to be a serious character. Yeah, Dante is very flamboyant and over the top, and that's what made Devil DMC so bad. Is because they changed who Dante was as a character. Yeah. Like the journals, they keep talking about, oh, we hate DMC because they changed his hair color. That is a very small piece of a larger problem.
I mean, it's just small things like that that are just pissing all of us off.
You know what's so funny about that series? It actually had an anime as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was like the only series that managed to get a popular anime. So did Resident Evil. But Resident Evil had that one actually did okay.
Resident Evil
There's
had an
another
anime?
game that had a very popular anime, Pokemon. It was a game for
well, technically it was a 3D animated movie.
What, Pokemon? It was a game first.
No, the Resident Evil.
It was a card first.
Pokemon did have several animated movies and a TV series.
Yeah. It's still going on today. I mean, they're still making episodes for it. So I'm just saying, Devil May Cry might have had it, but yeah,
it wasn't as big. Like
it wasn't that big. It was just 13 episodes, and that was it.
Yeah,
it was a cash in on the fandom.
Yeah, and that's what happened. And of course, they had to bring out the new one, and that didn't really do so well.
Yeah, but it's
what's funny? I was hoping for part 4 or something, but that didn't happen either.
What I wouldn't do for it being back like 2004 again, where they were actually good games actually existed.
Let's see,
I'd say
the PS2 era.
Yes, the PS2 era. Games like Battlefront, games like Halo, games like everything. Devil May Cry, all of it back then. Blood Rain, they were much. I'm not sure about Blood Rain. I wouldn't put that in that category, but I'm just saying.
Blood Rain.
How many?
Leon,
let me just say this: how many people have seen Cowboy Bebop? Here.
I did.
Cowboy Bebop. Who hasn't?
I haven't.
Okay, now that you all have seen it, I mean, we're starting to sound like those old guys in Cowboy Bebop. In my day, we started to talk.
No, but I'm just saying back then. No, but I'm just saying back then. The gaming industry itself was amazing. They had a lot of different variety of games back then.
Here's what happened during that generation. During the fifth generation. Fifth generation.
Yeah.
But this was at a time where they figured it out. And what I mean by that is the previous generation, the fourth generation, where you had the PlayStation and then N64, it was a very awkward time of shifting from 2D games to 3D games. So it was a lot of bad games that was on the PlayStation and the N64 because they just didn't know.
Including
they didn't know how to make a 3D game. There was very few good 3D games, like Mario 64. That was a fantastic game. But by the time we got to PS2 and the Xbox and the GameCube, they had it figured out for the most part. They knew how to really make a good system.
That was the 6th generation, by the way.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You remember Virtual Fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't like the best game ever made, but it was sure fun, including Virtual Cop, including the other ones.
Yeah, and really,
but I'm just saying, in general, it wasn't like that generation. It wasn't just focusing on first-person shooters, action RPGs. It wasn't focusing on all of that. There were it was just a variety of different games.
Several
and it was amazing.
Games,
like for instance, you would either have Halo, the original Killzone, the good one in my opinion, the original Killzone, Halo. You would have other games like Battlefront, Battlefield 1942, Battlefront. Then you would have other games like these open world games like Grand Theft Auto 5, Mercenaries, the original Mercenaries. And you would have action RPG games like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. You would have games like back then. What was it called? Dynasty Wars. You'd have those as well. You would have
one game.
Dynasty Warriors.
I'm just saying back then it
one
just
game,
variety.
No, two games actually, but they're both kind of in the same series. Was Medal of Honor Allied Assault and Medal of Honor Frontline for the PS2. Medal of Honor Allied Assault blew my mind when it came out.
Frontline I didn't like much.
I loved it. I loved it.
But I'm just saying in general. And then you had RPGs like Final Fantasy X, and you had games like Final Fantasy X and Knights of the Old Republic. You'd have games like that. You would have so many different types of games. Nowadays, it's like they're trying to go on this trend of okay, what's popular? Call of Duty is super popular. Let's make every freaking game a linear first-person shooter, or open world games like Assassin's Creed.
Even funnier than that.
Let's cash in and make games like Sleeping Dogs and a bunch of other open world games, and or
let's kick ass to chew bubblegum while making one of the worst games.
In defense of Sleeping Dogs, though, Sleeping Dogs was originally the from the what was it? True Crime Streets of LA series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was meant to be true. It meant to be True Crime Hong Kong.
To be fair here, I like Sleeping Dogs. I love the kung fu aspects of it. But I'm just saying, in general, nowadays, they're trying to cash in on, okay, so what's good? DLC, that's popular. Let's put everything with DLC in it. So,
but the thing about, like, doing what's popular, it's even worse than what you said. Because, like, you got Call of Duty is looking and saying, oh, well, Halo is popular, so let's make a game more like Halo. And Halo's looking like Call of Duty is popular, so let's make a game that's more like Call of Duty. So both of those games are slowly becoming the exact same game, but by a different company.
But that's why I say like the 6th generation is one of the best generations out there. Besides the 4th generation with the Super Nintendo and Genesis, the 6th generation is also in that category because it's not nostalgia for me. It's just because it was amazing. They actually knew what they were doing, like how you said they figured out 3D games and stuff like that, and they did it really well. The PC games were amazing and stuff. I mean, yeah, they flooded the market with real-time strategy games. Yeah, that was the market flooded that generation. But when there were good games that came out during that generation, like Age of Empires 3, that was actually a pretty good game. But Star Wars Empire War was another pretty good game. So when you
Empire War was great. The first time I got it, man, I got like a whole story of it. First time I heard of it was I was watching they released the last 3 Star Wars movies on a
DVD.
As a DVD collection. And I remember watching the special features, and it said Empire at War, and I'm like, is this like Empire Strikes Back? And I look at it, and at first I thought it was Battlefront 3, and I was like so excited. I'm like, oh my god, it's Battlefront 3. And I remember getting it for the PC. My stepmom got it for me, and she's like, here, just play it, whatever. And I start playing, and it was so boring. I wasn't into strategy games at all back then. Like I kind of still kind of not, but I was so excited for it, and the gameplay trailer showed it like all in first-person view, at like close-ups of the soldiers and everything, and such a letdown.
Yeah,
but the point is I like with Empire War, I finally got to do something I wanted to happen in Episode 1. I flew the Death Star to Naboo and I blew it up. Yes.
You know what? And that right there, that is what's important in a game, is the player being able to do what they want to do and not just what they're told to do.
Yeah.
Make it interesting for a gamer. It's not about you, the developer. It's about the player. Or even worse, you, the idea guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but getting on to it, but it's just like everything was more versatile back then. They were doing their own thing back then, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was just incredible. You were doing whatever you wanted to do, and yeah.
Yeah, the thing I find interesting, I was just thinking about when we were talking about DMC, is that everyone looks at Capcom with disdain about that,
Yes.
and reasonably so. But no one ever looks at the actual developer, who is Ninja Theory. Because
Yeah.
Ninja Theory, if it wasn't trying to down the Devil May Cry name and legacy, it is a somewhat decent game, right? Uh, but they have a new title that I linked here. It's Hellblade, which looks really good. It's really interesting title. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet.
You mean DMC DMC2? Like how
No, yeah.
Skyrim was Arena 5.
No. They say one is not trying to stand on the Devil May Cry name again. This is their own title because they're
Yeah.
actually self-published through the whole way. They're
Mhm.
self-published on PlayStation and they're self-published
Yeah.
self-published on PC.
Mhm.
Is being
Yeah.
described as a independent AAA title.
Oh, I heard about this game. Yeah, I seen the previews of it on E3.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they showed this during the PlayStation experience, the
Mhm.
live stream. Of course,
Okay.
they also showed Bloodborne. I don't know if you guys talked about that yet.
Yeah. I remember the
Yeah.
guy was like
It's going
showing
to.
like he was surrounded and he managed to beat the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Got anything else to say about that?
About Hellblade.
I think I've ran out of topics.
I
Do you
think it's
have any
actually
more
a pretty
topics?
good game.
About Hellblade, it's not much to talk about yet because there's not a whole lot shown. They've just started really pushing it, and they just announced that it's coming.
It's
to
from the
PC.
makers of Heavenly Sword and Enslaved.
Yes,
Okay.
but they just announced that game is also coming to PC as well as PlayStation 4, and a bunch of PlayStation 4 fanboys. Why is it coming to PC? And I'm not gonna buy this game if it's not exclusive. And ugh.
All right.
You gotta understand that Ninja Theory is trying to make money off of this game. It's not like they're trying to offer it into another console and PC because there's a market for it.
Yeah, not to mention that they are publishing this game on their own. And honestly, one of the main reasons why I want to get a PlayStation 4 is because I would like to develop for the PS4 as well, and not just make my games only on PC.
Yeah, one of the reasons how I was talking about the 6th generation again, sorry to go back on topic of that, it just got to my head when I looked at it and I was looking at games and stuff available on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. Back then, the GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2 were all out. What they did is that was like one of the first times I've ever seen it where they actually made the first times I ever saw it, they actually made it multi-console games. These big third-party developers, it was almost all the time you'd hear this. Like for instance, some of those open like EA games and stuff like that. They were made for multi-console systems, and there were a lot of games that were like that back then. And that was the first time you seen that because back then you didn't, unless you were a fan of one game series. Like for instance, I was a fan of Nintendo games. I got the GameCube, and if I wanted to, I mean, yeah, they were a shittier version of the game, but at least I could have gotten the game until I finally got a PlayStation 2. But yeah, that's another reason why it was actually really successful back then, was because that was like one of the first times they multi-ported all those games.
it was a little more innocent at that point in time because there wasn't.
Back then it was like, okay, we're trying to get to the PlayStation market. They actually
Yeah,
were selling good back then, but nowadays it's like,
it's just that that was before you had this very aggressive market grabs from Microsoft and Sony and even Nintendo a little bit. They did it a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as aggressive as the last generation and the current generation.
yeah.
Sega was trying so hard.
Yeah,
Sega was honestly trying so hard to get into that market, trying
they
to get
kept
people to buy their
releasing crappy
console.
Sonic games. Okay, that's what we got from Sega.
I know, but they also tried to go with the Sega CD, and they tried to go with those interactive games and everything. And I remember one specific game that they had was from 3DO, and they put it on the freaking Sega Saturn called The Horde, and I actually really liked it, The Horde.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
It starred what's his name? What was his name? Let's see, the guy who was who's now converted to Christianity. He was an actor.
Kirk Cameron?
Yeah, Kirk
Yeah.
Cameron. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Life's Back in Christmas movie that he did. Jackass.
Yeah, and
Somebody-
he
somebody-
starred in the videos of it. He was acting in the movie games that they had back then. Remember those games?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
I
they had,
a YouTuber that I watched back then, they did like the Philips CDI one time, and they had this stupid game called Girls Club and stuff like that, and that was to explain of how bad games for girls are designed. If you ever watch this, go to Silvermania's channel, watch it. These three older guys, they're playing this game called Girls Club, and it's freaking hilarious. Games that were made for girls, that's a problem with the industry as well, because they think that, oh, girls like this sort of thing, and they'll make a game specifically on that, and it'll be a 100% shitty game.
Yeah, they'll do some lazy market research.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what do girls like? Well, they like the color pink.
Super
Yeah.
Princess Peach.
They like
That was a damn
bubblegum.
good game, and that was a girls' game.
Yeah, but
well, they had a lot of Barbie games back then as well.
yeah, and
The original
just in
Pac-Man
general-
was designed to be a girl's game, or rather, a game that was easily marketed and applicable for girls. That is the perfect girls' game. The girls love it. The Wii is a perfect girls' game console because they love it. And in
Cooking
fact,
Mama.
they did a study on that, and there was a lot of females playing the Wii.
Yeah, but they don't realize what they're doing with the Wii controller.
Oh my
Every
god.
time they always do an up and down motion with the freaking Wii U controller, and they don't even know what they're doing when they do that. It is. I always make that joke every time when people mention the Wii controller. When women
Yeah.
play on the Wii, God knows there's something going on right there.
The shake weight.
Yeah, keep jerking that controller. Come
Same
on,
as the
Mario, you can
PlayStation
do it. You can
controller.
do it. Come on, I know you can. Oh yeah, give me those gold coins, Mario.
Oh, stop it right there, please. Did you know that Nintendo? There was a Mario porn video once out there, and Nintendo bought the rights for it just so that it could never be produced ever again.
Yeah, because they're very protective about their IP.
Or maybe it's because it was absolute shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
probably
some people say
was,
that about
but you
EA.
know, the reason why is because
All right.
they're a family-oriented business, and
Yeah.
if anything like that happens, their image would be probably.
yeah, I mean, that's the big downfall of Nintendo today, is its family-friendly attitude. They're trying, like those commercials, for instance, for the Wii U. It's like that family time togetherness commercials of the kids teaching their parents about the Wii U, saying that it's not the Wii, like that, and it was just like,
The problem
Why
with
are they
that is
trying to
they
focus on
did that because they got jaded with the Wii, because they found
Yeah.
that, oh, people actually like the Wii because it was so different and easily accessible even if you don't
We
play
bought
games.
it because it was different. It was something different. It was like, oh, hey, I want to try that out. I want to see what it's like to hit a tennis racket. And as you guys know of me, I actually hate the Wii. I got it for graduation instead of the PS3, which I actually wanted, so I got the Wii instead, and I hated it. And if it wasn't
the
for the
only
Legend
thing
of
that you could have
Zelda,
bought on
I
that thing
would
was
I would have sold it if it wasn't for the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which I
yes,
had for
but
the GameCube.
there's also other games that you could have bought on that system that were very popular that you probably never played.
Yeah. I'm still mad at myself to this day for selling the GameCube version of Twilight Princess.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the Wii U. There are some fun games on the Wii you should have played.
What outside of Super Smash Brothers and Bayonetta 2?
Yeah, outside of it, like No More Heroes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the Wii though. Did they
Yeah,
make
that's
that for the Wii U?
Yeah, it's for the
We're talking about
Wii.
Wii U games though.
Like Wii U
native
games.
Wii U games.
Let's see. Let's see if I have one. Yeah, that's already Bayonetta 2. Let's
Donkey
see,
Kong.
what else do I have?
Oh yeah, I give you Donkey Kong. That's a pretty fun game.
Okay. Do you guys have any other topics we could talk about, or?
Yeah, why do people
what
fucking
I
leave
was,
their shit? I mean, Jesus
What I was
Christ.
alluding to with the Bloodborne thing. Have you guys seen the petition for bringing Bloodborne to PC?
Oh, that's what they were talking about?
Yeah.
They were trying to bring that into PC. Oh man.
Okay,
That's what
here's
they
the
were
thing.
talking about. I was like
I'm trying to remember
I am
who
so
was
fucking
complaining
ADD.
There was one journalist complaining, talking about, look at the entitlement of the PC gamers trying to get Bloodborne onto PC. To be fair, that particular petition really did piss me off because there is a lot of entitlement in that particular petition.
I know
They
a
wrote
lot of
this
people
petition
want to
in a
play it
way
on
where
PC, but a
somehow,
lot of people need to realize that they put the money down on Sony put the money down on it to have it on their console.
yeah, that's what I understood. That was basically, it was made because Sony paid for it. But here's the thing: I would love to play Bloodborne on PC. I really would. But this petition was written in a way where somehow we are deserving of it. Somehow PC is supposed to get it just because Dark Souls 1 and 2 was released on PC. It's like they don't have any obligation to release it on any system. Well, except for the PlayStation 4 since Sony paid for it.
Yeah. And the fact is they don't realize how business works. They made a deal to put it on the freaking PS4, so you're shit out of luck. From Software
Mhm.
agreed to the terms to put it on the system.
But something I was thinking about, do you think Bloodborne can be a system seller for PlayStation though?
Yes and no.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, because it's kind of an up and down market for Japan and the U.S. and Europe.
And keep in mind that Bloodborne is I like From Software games, but they are really aimed at a particular audience because not everybody's into being killed all the time. Those games are really fucking tough, and as I
Yeah.
understand
Yeah,
it, Bloodborne
they are tough as nails.
yeah. So it's strange but I think the main complaint that I listened to from PC gamers concerning Bloodborne was, and even console gamers as well, was that people didn't like that the game was 30 FPS, which I can agree with. The whole it's cinematic feeling is.
I like the frame rate drops. It makes the game a whole lot harder.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping y'all knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead and continue, man.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
sorry about
I'm just saying. I mean, Bloodborne may not be the system seller because I think the one game that Sony really wanted to have out this year but was postponed. I mean, that's the obvious Uncharted. That was the
Yeah,
system seller. That was the
yeah,
system
Yeah.
seller.
I
And
agree.
yeah, it's so. I don't think. I know they didn't. Sony probably didn't plan for this to happen, but Naughty Dog said, "Hey, we need more time," and Sony didn't feel like arguing with them, and so they gave him more time.
What
So,
will arguing with them accomplish anyway? So
well, you know,
you either
you
wait
have
or you release an unfinished game.
yeah. Take a look at Microsoft and Halo Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
disaster. Masterpiece, more like the bastard sequel.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, everyone gets a chance to play on that thing.
Okay. Do we have any more topics to talk about, or you guys have anything more to say?
No. Really hope to
No.
see more from Hellblade, but other than that, no, not really.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there was one thing that was mentioned earlier today when I was talking. And it came up when we were talking about the Bloodborne petition. You're better off looking at Final Fantasy 15 because
okay.
Square is looking for the market demand to bring it to PC. They're saying if PC gamers actually express that they want it, then we will put it on PC. That's
I'm not
coming
sure
from
though,
them.
because with the atrocious port of Final Fantasy 13, like that was fucking horrible. I tried
but
it and it was ugh. So I'm not sure if people really want Square Enix to port the game. I sure as hell would like it, them too. But with the quality of the ports that they've been releasing, it's probably not going to be likely
Yeah,
that we're
yeah,
probably
but the
going to like
game
it if
looks
they
good
do.
though. It really looks good though.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it was just
Alright.
not only was 13 a bad game, but it was also a bad port. So it's kind of
I
like,
didn't play 13, so I really wouldn't know on that
yeah.
one.
Like there's an
I'm not
8chan
that big of a
review.
Final
There's an
Fantasy
8chan
fan,
review on the
so
Steam page that just says "Have fun walking in a straight line, faggot."
Oh man, Final Fantasy 15. Man, that was a corridor thing. I was shocked to see how the development of that game actually went.
And I got so pissed at that. I was so excited for it, and I even told myself, it's probably not that bad. It probably gets better by the third disc, and I got to the third disc, and it wasn't that better, and it was oh.
But would you say it's more story oriented or game oriented?
It was more story oriented, which
Well, there
was
you go. Like anytime
horrible.
you have something that's story oriented and it's only about telling the story, yeah, it's usually linear because then you have a team that just simply wants to tell you a story and not want
But you
you
could
to
also
really
have a
explore.
story and have a good game. Take a look at Final
Indeed, you
Fantasy
can.
VI.
Yeah, look
That's
at Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is very story oriented, but it is quite possibly the most open world game you can get.
yeah.
Here's a game where you can let the story unfold in the order that you want it to, with some uh, tolerance to that. You can't do everything in the order that you want to, but you can pick and choose what missions you do in what order you want to do them in. You don't get that from any other game.
what game?
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, you get that with Fallout
Oh yeah, but who
Uh,
cares about Fallout?
and
yeah,
Skyrim.
but
You get that with
they're
those games as
doing.
well.
But can you really say they do that in a way where like the story unfolds through those missions? They're more like quests. Like it doesn't really like expose the story when you do those
Oop, my
missions.
phone's going off.
Okay. All right. I think we're getting to the end of the stream here for right now.
Yeah.
You guys have any final thoughts?
All right.
No.
No, but I would
Well,
like to make
the
one.
only thing I can tell you is that. Go ahead.
And I just wanted
Go
to
ahead.
say, repeat something that I said, a suggestion that I came up with earlier. once we start approaching E3, I was wondering if any of you here would think it would be a good idea to do a E3 streaming while like kind of like a live thing while we watch the conferences, and then we just make comments as the conference go on.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be
Either
cool.
JT could do it on Twitch or I could do it on YouTube. Which one would you guys rather
You know
have
what
it
they
on?
need to do? They just need to allow regular people at E3. Like,
So
not
which one
just
would you guys
journalists.
rather have it at? Twitch or YouTube? Which one sounds better?
Well, Twitch was usually recently just got kind of fucked over, so I'm not sure.
I would
Maybe
probably say to do it on YouTube because from what I understand, the way that Google works is like Google is basically hosting it. So like Google is taking like a lot of the workload. So you're just uploading what you're saying, not hosting
Okay.
everyone.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we could do it like that then. We'll put it on E3 2015. We'll do it on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll do it on YouTube, but I'll probably use it on my OBS or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Call it the
But
Gamergate Gamerload Special, E3 Special, or something like that.
Yeah.
We could do it like that then.
But we can't. We have to remember. There really should be 2 streams because there's only 10 people allowed on Google Hangouts.
Yeah,
So,
either Andreadol could do one and we could do another one like that type of thing, and
Yeah, I kind of agree.
or yeah,
We could go into that whole Team Xbox versus Team PlayStation or Team PC thing.
Master Race versus console peasants. How about that?
Yeah.
And but I think the one conference that everybody will fight over to be on the live stream on is the one mystery conference that has been announced this year, Bethesda. Everybody will.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
I'm a Bethesda fan, so I want to do that one on this channel when it comes to Bethesda because I am.
I
I'd
really
rather
would like
staple
to-
my nutsack to the
Well, we
ceiling
need to-
fan and watch it go.
We need to figure out the dates. I mean, I'm sure the dates are
Okay.
out or will be out, so we can coordinate this.
see.
Yeah.
We got to coordinate this. I sent it
Yeah,
out
let me
stuff
look up
and
the
why
date.
I like for this live stream. Okay, so
Agree.
I'm about to close it right now. Since we
Yeah.
have nothing else to talk about. Okay, we're glad that you guys came along to watch our video and stuff. Mostly it's just been one viewer through the whole stream, so if for those of you who are viewing it afterwards, thank you. I thank you for spending 2 hours with us just talking. I'll see you guys later. Everybody want to say goodbye?
Say
Goodbye.
Fuck
Okay.
off.
Okay.
nice
All right.
Been Leon, JT, Blake, Norwegian guy, and
I might be on vacation around June.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
But I'll
What they
June,
say about
probably around
vacation
June. But there's like one in June 16th through the June 18th. If I can get,
turns you into a fucking faggot. That's what they say about vacation.
yeah,
Once you go, something. I don't know.
yeah, it's just my mom. She wanted me to visit her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, yep.
Okay.
But
I'm
I'll
putting
see you guys later then.
Yeah.
Being your host, Leon Gunstill, with Lion, Stupay was on earlier, that Norwegian guy, JT, and Blake.
Set
And we're checking out. See you later.
Yep.